Great glorious day and shalom to all of my brothers and sisters. Thank you, all of my subscribers, for your faithfulness. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for your likes and for those wonderful comments. If you are viewing at this time and you have not subscribed to this channel, please do. We believe in God for over 5,000 subscriptions in the year of 2023. This helps us promote the gospel. This helps us promote the message of the Negro Hebrew across this land. God bless you. We do understand that what has been played out in the media, what has been set before us is an example. When I first talked about this, YouTube called it hate speech. I want to address it again in a way that I believe they will not call it hate speech, but we're still getting the information out to you. We know that what happened to Kanye and to Kyrie was a message sent to the Negro Hebrews, and not just the Negro Hebrews, but every Hebrew of the lost tribes and every Hebrew of the nation that would dare to speak up about their true identity. When I say every Hebrew, I'm talking about true Hebrews from across the world. I am not talking about the Khazarians that came from the Khazari Empire. I'm talking about those that the Bible does not call liars, those that are not of the synagogue of Satan. If you would dare to speak up, if you would dare to stand against the wiles of the devil, make no mistake about it, this attack is from the devil. The message to Kanye, to Kyrie, they were using them to speak to us, to speak to other athletes, to speak to the sleepwalkers, the Negro Hebrew sleepwalkers, that if you wake up, we will take your millions. We will take from you everything that we have given to you. So don't you get off of that blue pill. Whatever you do, if you wake up, it's going to cost you to leave our system. Our white supremacy system is going to cost you to leave. That thing that happened to Kanye from a billionaire to a millionaire was a message to you, my brother and sister. What happened to Kyrie? Listen to me. Commentators, especially the black ones, that was a message to you. If you want to keep your millions, if you want to keep your hundreds of thousands, we're in control of you. You are our puppet. So don't you say what we don't want you to say, or we will exact punishment. That was a message to them. If you don't believe me, here's a good example. The laws, we talked about it before. It's a message. Every law is a message. If you run the red light, you're going to be ticketed. Why? Because I don't want others to repeat that offense. If you do this, that, or some other thing that is against the laws of the land, we will punish you, and we will advertise it on the news so that others will know not to repeat the same offense. That's what happened to Kanye and Kyrie. It was a message to us. Don't repeat the same offense. Don't talk about who you are. Will Smith has a movie now called Emancipation. You need to watch it. You need to watch it. If you have Apple TV, if you have some change, go to the movies, you need to watch it. There are scenes. Now, this is already on YouTube, so they can't call it hate speech, but there are scenes that prove that what I was saying, what I am saying, that messages are sent to us by punishment of others so that we won't violate the same message. On television right now, there are anti-Semitic messages where they're saying don't violate. There are policies. There are definitions written of what being anti-Semite is. Definitions. Let me ask you this question. Why is it only one group? Why is this group so precious? Is it because they are the chosen people of God? Well, Revelations chapter 3, 9, chapter 2, verse 9 tells us that it's not because they're the chosen people of God. They're liars. So why? Why this one group of people? Why is there no anti-black policies or laws? No anti-Hispanic policies or laws? No you understand, Native Americans or Indian policies or laws? Why is it just this one group? And this group, make no mistake about it, I am including with the Ashkenazi Jews, you understand, the European culture. As always, for those that are looking for something to fight about, I'm not talking about every person that comes under Ashkenazi, every person that comes under European. I'm talking about the violators. Why are there no anti-black, no anti, you understand, Hispanic or Indian laws on the books? I agree. I don't want you to get this wrong. I agree with having anti-Semitic laws. I do agree with it. But I agree with it for all races. That we should respect all races. And when it comes to anti-Semitic, that we should not just respect, listen to me, the people that have stolen our identity, the people that have faced off with us, but every Israelite in the world, every Hebrew, every Hebrew. So I agree with it. Today, I just use that for an opening. I want us not to focus on Kanye, Kyrie, but I want us to focus on the real issue. This is not about movie stars, basketball players. This is not about individuals. This is about Yahweh's covenant promise that he made to our ancestor Abraham and the fulfillment of that prophet, and the fulfillment of that promise happening in this very season that we live in. This is what it's about. I don't want you to lose focus. Remember, God promised to restore his people, and we are now living in the season of that restoration. Romans 11:1 says this. Paul, a Negro Hebrew Israelite, says this. I say then, has God cast away his people? God forbid. For I am also an Israelite of the seed of Abraham and of the tribe of Benjamin. He says in Romans 11:25, for I would not, brethren, that you should be ignorant of this mystery, lest you should be wise in your own conceit. Do not, understand, don't let what you're seeing, you understand, and not what you're hearing from Yahweh, but what you're seeing in the media deceive you. There's a reason that the majority of people that are on television are not black. They're white. White supremacy is a plan from the pits of hell. There's a reason that when you look and you see the people that are all of the fishing tournaments, the majority of them are white. When you watch bowling, the majority of them are white. There is a reason that the majority of people that you see telecasting things are white. This is by design. And the design is not by the devil, even though he's our enemy. This is going to be a hard pill for some of us to swallow. It's all over YouTube. You probably heard it on different broadcasts, but I need to put it in your face. There's a reason that it seems like everything with every big home, the majority of the homes. There are a few big homes in Hollywood that black people have. When I say a few, in comparison to the many that our white counterparts have. There's a reason that everything seems lily white, and that seems to be what's right. Not the devil, but because of all those scriptures you've heard on all the different podcasts and telecasts of those that are teaching this revelation concerning the Negro Hebrew. Deuteronomy, it's not just Deuteronomy, all through history, we and our ancestors, or when I should not we, but our ancestors, I should say, have been a stubborn, stiff-necked, disobedient people. And many of us are doing the same thing in this hour of this revelation. And because of their disobedience, history records that God, not the devil, God, not the devil, would allow them to go into captivity because of their stubborn, stiff-necked, disobedient hearts. It is possible to be woke to who you are and not whose you are. This is all about whose you are. That's what it's about. 1 Corinthians 6:20 says this: "For you are bought with a price. You, my brother, you, my sister, my Negro brother and sister, my Hebrew brother and sister, you are bought with a price. Therefore, glorify God in your bodies." Not Kanye, not Kyrie, not the media. Glorify God. Let your life, remember, to represent means to represent. Glorify, represent God in your life to the world. I don't need you to represent the movie stars. God doesn't want you to represent the movie stars. He wants you to represent Him. Glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which belong to God. Galatians 1:10 says, "For do I now persuade men or God? Or do I seek to please men? For if I please men, I would not be a servant of Christ." And for those, my brothers and sisters, I love you. But you're judging people in the name of Yahweh. You're judging what they wear. You're judging some things that Christ came to fulfill the law. That he came as he fulfilled it. He talked about it's not one day. And I do understand that Sabbath is the Saturday. But Paul, the Apostle Paul, told us that he's worthy of worship and praise every day. And I'm not judging people for not serving God on Saturday. I'm not judging people. I heard one preacher say, you know what, don't be wearing hats while the word of God is being preached. If you read down further on that same chapter, he says, now, we have no such laws. That was a law of the land at that time. Remember this: God hates sin. He loves the world, but he hates the sin in the world. You say, no, he doesn't love everybody. John 3:16, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son." For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever, black, white, green, blue, they've done this, they did all kinds of sins, but they're not what they've done. The moment they accept Christ, he says, you're not what you've done, you're what I've done. That whosoever believe, and you don't choose, my brother and sister, who the whosoever's are, should not perish but have everlasting life. It's not about Kyrie, Kanye, celebrities. It's about Yahweh.